Are you a man living in Lincolnshire wanting something more with your life? Then potentially becoming a Freemason might actually tick those boxes. Today I'm joined by Dave Wheeler, who is the Provincial Grand Master for the province of Lincolnshire. Dave, why did you become a Freemason?
For me, it was a family connection. My father was a Freemason and my eldest brother was a Freemason. But that in itself put me off initially because they both expected I would join and I'd got lots of questions. Um, Once I did join, and it took quite a few years for them to, let's say, persuade me or convince me, I wished I'd joined earlier. It was a fantastic organisation. It wasn't all the stereotypes I thought it might be, and the classic stereotypes are favours for friends, dark arts, looking after only your own members.
Funny handshakes,
Funny
rolled up trouser
handshakes,
legs.
yeah, all that sort of stuff. What it was, and I found, was a big family of like-minded people who just enjoyed each other's company, enjoyed helping others, enjoyed doing the formal parts of our ceremonies, as we call them, and then really enjoyed the meal afterwards and the banter and the camaraderie that wasn't offered by other organisations, really. And what I did like was the structure and toasting the monarch and doing some traditional things, which I think are really important to most Freemasons. And the opportunity to do those in other walks of life wasn't available for me.
Okay, so if I join Freemasonry and I go along to a meeting, what would I see? What would happen?
Well, the first thing, I think you'll be most welcome by the members that you go and join with. There will be things to watch and get involved with. What it will do, if you want to become more confident in things like public speaking, I know for my own example, you learn a little bit of ritual for the ceremony, and you do it from memory. And that was quite difficult at first, but then you get so much support and help that when I was doing presentations in my working life with a script and a PowerPoint, it was so much easier than, and I think the confidence that Freemasonry gave me to speak openly in public was a massive boost for me. It might be something different for somebody else. They might just enjoy the company of like-minded people, somewhere to go and following a set order of the evening.
Yeah, someone once described to me, it's a bit like a play. We do one of three plays about coming into this world, bettering yourself and preparing yourself, to leave this world. Would that be a good?
I think that's I think that's a really good example. I think it is different. If you asked another Freemason
Yes.
what's in it for them or what do they get from it, you get a different answer. There's no one answer, but what it is, it's a group of very like-minded people from all levels of society. I mean, my own lodge is made up of all sorts of different people. There's some professionals, joiners, plumbers.
It's not a rich man's club, is it?
Absolutely not. The fees were less than I thought they might be, which was quite helpful when I first joined with a young family. The fees could have been prohibitive, but they weren't. But you get so much more from the company of supportive people. It's a very affirming and positive process being a Freemason. And for those who like structure, then the structure laid out and a path you can follow to progress if you wish to.
So it's like bettering yourself as a man, being with like-minded men,
Yep.
Doing a play, which again sounds a bit daft, but actually in this world, when those doors close, the world is shut behind those
Yep.
doors, and you're trying to do it for your mates, aren't you?
Yeah.
This ceremony, this play, and then you go downstairs and have a meal and a beer.
Yeah, and in a very busy life, in a very busy society, it is a nice place to go where you can relax, switch off for a couple of hours. It's completely absorbing. And then, of course, when you finish and you open the doors and your phone goes off and real life picks up again. So it's quite an oasis of calm in some ways.
Because the four pillars of Freemasonry are friendship, integrity, respect, and the final one, which is a big one, is service or charity.
Yeah.
And we're big into raising money for charity.
Yeah.
Will it cost me hundreds of pounds a month, to do that?
No, we always say the phrase in Freemasonry is give according to your needs. and you don't have to give. People do give, or they don't. There's an opportunity to buy a raffle ticket and enjoy a raffle, an opportunity just to give money which goes towards our charity, or if you can't afford it, then go along, just enjoy the evening and give what you can afford when you can afford it. I think one of the strongest reasons for being a Freemason is real life can be quite mundane, and particularly with people working away from the office and working at home. But there's a structure within Freemasonry, and you can progress and you can almost be rewarded. And I do get the impression a lot of people enjoy that recognition of their achievement within Freemasonry that they might not be getting at work or in an office or in their normal life. It is a hobby, and it's, for me, it's quite a time-consuming hobby, but it is a hobby, and I thoroughly enjoy it and would recommend that people have a look at it.
As my wife says, it's a boys' club where you wear your little aprons, which is fair goes. It's all symbolistic. It's about bettering yourself. It's going with some like-minded blokes, enjoying each other's company, raising a bit of money for charity, being part of an organisation that's been around for hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of years, doing ceremonies that haven't changed in hundreds of years. Like we had an open day, and my wife's best friend, her great-grandfather, who she's never seen a photograph of, was on the wall with a picture, and she was blown away. She said, and the ceremony that we do is identical, and that just blew her mind.
Yeah, I think that's brilliant. I mean, I'm quite romantic in that sense, that I always think if somebody came from 150 years ago into a Lincolnshire lodge today, it would be very similar to what they went through 150 years ago. And I think that's important, and that's a really important tenet of Freemasonry, is doing the traditional things and then doing them well.
Dave, thank you for your time today. If you are interested, without any obligation of finding out more, then please go to our website, lincolnshirefreemasons.org.